another bishop said, Jesus was not about throwing stones, but about using his hands to do good ministry. We are practitioners of good pastoral practice in our daily lives. We are called not to throw stones. We are all called not simply to stand and judge and tell people what they should do, but rather to offer God's mercy and compassion and allow people's hearts and ways to change in response. And that seems to me is what is at the heart of these 3 weeks in Rome as our leaders meet for our ongoing synod as church. During the past week, we celebrated the feast of one of the great heroes of our church, Saint Teresa of Avila. She was a woman of great faith, of great doctrine, aware of tradition, and a great practitioner of pastoral policy and activity. She is a doctor of the church. She lived in a time of great danger at the time of the Reformation, and she oversaw reform amongst her own sisters, the Carmelite sisters. She established 6 convents that were convents where the sisters were to follow the ways that they were called to follow in their original calling as Carmelite nuns. We might think of some woman like that in the church as being great and up there. Yes, she was and is. We might think of her simply as someone who had it all together and had in her mind, this is the way I have to go. Yes, she was. But she was much more. A strong woman, a woman of faith, a woman who lived in community with her sisters, but a woman who was also aware of the everyday practicalities of life. She would say, God is not only found in the chapel, but found in the cooking pots. And when a priest came to her once looking for advice on how to reach spiritual perfection, she was very blunt and very forward. Basically, she told him, don't follow any ridiculous practices, get real. She didn't say it that way, but that's what she was saying. Her last words were, as she was about to die, were very telling. For she told the sisters around her as she was about to die, it is time to walk. That summed up her life. She wasn't just a theologian or a woman following doctrine or tradition. She was all that. We are all that. But much more. She walked and we walk. Good doctrine comes out of chaos. Good doctrine is not just something that's given to us from on high, but has come out of the chaos and the struggles of the community of faith. Good doctrine 1,500 years or more ago came out of hotly debated issues, where, believe it or not, bishops were literally murdered over it when they met. There's a reason why in church rules that come out of history, actually it's in my order. In general chapter, there is a rule that goes back in time that says you leave your swords and guns outside. Doctrine wasn't just something that was given from on high and to be followed rigorously. It was something that came out of heated debate, out of chaos and people's struggles. And it's the same today. Good doctrine is there for us to help us and comes out of heated debate, our chaos and our struggles. It's there to show us the right path, to indulge in good pastoral practice. It's there to help us to follow the good advice of Saint Teresa of Avila. It's time to walk. It's not time to walk simply when we die. Saint Teresa of Avila was aware of that. It's time to walk here and now and to live doctrine, to live good doctrine, and to show people the right path that allows people to experience and know God's mercy and compassion, so that we truly can be the faithful people of God together.
Amen.